Are we ready? Oh, I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight and reopen the Board of Trustees meeting for December 8th and ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And this month, we had so many incredibly happy and wonderful things happen. And I was going to talk about a lot of them, and I will mention them. But last night we had a we had a terrible fire, and we lost a wonderful gentleman who lives in Rivermere. And we can't share his name yet because his family, there's still notification to relatives. But I would just ask us all to take a minute and just think of our wonderful neighbor that we lost. And I just want to share that we're going to be hearing really about some great heroes, people who got people out of that building. And a huge thank you to the fire department, Eastchester, our police, mutual aid, everybody, the residents who got their neighbors out of the building. It was nothing short of the superintendent of the building got a ladder to take a woman out. I mean, it was heroic over there. And the good news, if in 20 hours, thanks to the building department, the fire department, and the police department, we got 23 families back in their homes tonight. The front building is back, which the residents just, frankly, they can't believe they're back in their homes, but we were able to get them all inspected. Now the back building has 17 apartments, and those people that will be a much longer, but we did get 23 families back home. And that is the good news. And I have to tell you, every organization has called me today. We just live in a very kind and generous community. Junior League, Community Fund, neighborhoods who have churches, everybody called. And as yet, last night, everybody found a place, but 13 people, and Red Cross put them up at the hotel in Tuckahoe. And
Jim personally driving many of them.
And Jim Palmer drove them there at 2 a.m. So it was all hands just trying to help our neighbors. So, and we will keep you posted. As yet, everyone's just assessing their own situations. And literally, we opened the door for people to go home as I was coming over here tonight at 5:30, but everyone is back in the front building. So we will keep you posted. And then some, it just reminds me how fragile life is, and that I think we have to take the joy when we can. And we did have a lot of really good things happen this month. We're still doing our food drive, and that's going really well. You're being incredibly generous, and that all goes to Feeding Westchester. Our 2 garden clubs who do so much for the village. Jim and I went to thank them. The working gardeners turned 100 years old, but they reminded me to say not them themselves, just the organization, because I keep calling them 100 years old. Boulder Ledge and the working gardeners, We had a terrific Katie's Run that benefits the Bronxville School Foundation. Another record number of people. St. Joe's fifth grade came over and they gave me a test on what I knew about my village. And yeah, I passed, but I'm.
Hope you got an A.
I don't think I'm on the honor roll. And then the second graders came over. You would love, they come over, they look at everything. I just have to tell you a story to brighten. I had a picture of my mom in my office. This little girl noticed it. My mom had passed away, and I have a picture of her. My little girl told me my mom was very pretty, and I looked nothing like her. And I went home and went like that. And then the junior league came and had a wonderful sustainers coffee here, and we gave them the tour of the village hall, and I think they liked it as much as the second graders. And just a reminder, shop local, or we got a report on our budget that Trustee Fredericks will mention, but our sales tax revenue was up, and boy, that helps the bottom line. When you shop local, it comes back to Village Hall, and we need you to shop, and especially on the 18th, Jay McLaughlin all day is giving a certain percentage to the Bronxville School Foundation if you shop. So mark down the 18th, and I think I'm going to turn it to my trustees. They each have, we had so much that we sort of split everything up this a month. So Helen, did you want to?
Yeah, I mean, just following what you said about the shop local, just a huge thanks to our Chamber of Commerce, who's been doing so much, not just this month, but throughout the year, but especially this month with the holidays coming up. We had this wonderful tree lighting ceremony last night with Santa and elves and hot chocolate. And so thank you to all the merchants who participated in that. The Picture House also had the movies in the morning. So just a really great kind of kickoff to the December season. Lots of shopping to be done all month.
Yes.
With various sales and specials happening. So everybody get out there and spend some money. If you didn't already spend all your money at the Value Drugs special last night.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a word about the Green Committee. The Take Back Day they had a few weeks ago was fantastic. Ellen says that over 200 cars went through on Palumbo and 270 cars at the shredder. So that was.
I heard we had a shredder
strong
record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's right.
They
In
keep
terms of
track.
weight, yeah.
Yeah.
They are finalizing plans for their Healthy Yards event in March, so we'll have more to come on that. And also, for anybody who has not got their food scrap recycling kit, if you sign up on the village website for the recycling kit, it will be delivered directly to your house by elves / Green Committee members.
Yeah.
So please do that in December, and that will be delivered to your house, the whole kit and bags for your food scrap recycling. What else did I miss?
I think that,
Okay.
and I wanted to mention at our tree lighting, we invited some of our new football state champions who joined the girls cross country team as champions. It was a fabulous article in the Journal News today, but I'll tell you what struck me the most. I went over to see them off, and I asked why they were leaving so early when their game wasn't the next day until noon. They were leaving, they left around 10 a.m. on Friday, and they decided as a team to go up early to root on the Tuckahoe team that was playing in the Dome that afternoon. And to me, that says volumes about what kind of young men are on that team. So I couldn't be happier for a group of young men. I just thought that was we need more of those kind of things. And, you know, the young are going to lead us, I think. So,
They were all there last night with the tree lighting.
and they all came. We have wonderful pictures of them all in their jackets at the
Their
tree
medals.
lighting.
Yeah.
It was
Before they went off to their banquet.
really special, and they're really special young men. So,
all.
good news. Trustee Barron.
Okay, sure. Deputy Mayor Bob Underhill, who is not here tonight, and I had the honor to attend the Tuckahoe meeting, village meeting on Monday, December 1st. And they have a new mayor, and 3 new trustees were sworn in, and a new deputy mayor was appointed.
That's right.
So it was a very momentous day for Tuckahoe and their board of trustees. Former Mayor Myra Andino was there. She was a mayor for 8 years, and she swore in the new mayor, who had been her deputy mayor, Karen Cronin, and she won election in November, and she is the new mayor, and she was quite excited. Daryl Taylor, who we all know quite well, a current trustee, is now going to be their deputy mayor, and he was obviously excited about that. Bronxville, you know, Mary talked about the football team going up to see Tuckahoe, but we've got a very close relationship with the village of Tuckahoe, we're proud to say, and especially at the trustee level. We've done numerous dinners with them through the years, and the 2 mayors talk constantly and trade ideas, and we know the other trustees well. And our police departments are also very close. They back each other up all the time. They train together. They get calls, we get calls. They're helping us out, we're helping them out. So there's a really nice relationship between the 2 communities. And so it was our honor to represent the rest of our trustees at that event. And we wish the new team in Tuckahoe the best. Secondly, the mayor and I and the deputy mayor had a chance to go to the senior citizens meeting this past week. Last week at the Reformed Church. And the Senior Citizens Council is very vibrant. They have a ton of senior citizens that are paying members of their organization. They offer a ton of activities, and it's housed in the Reformed Church. They do a tremendous job, and they have very, very loyal, in fact, somebody who's here, their mother-in-law is a very loyal member. That's you, yeah. Yeah. She's a very loyal member of the senior citizens and goes almost every day. But they offer fitness classes and book socials and book clubs and socials and mahjong and canasta. And I can't even name all of the events that they do, pizzas. And it's a really nice way that seniors can get out of their homes and interact with other people in a very social setting. So we're reporting that it's alive and well.
Perfect. And Mr. Palmer, I forgot, what is the time and date of the menorah lighting over on the Leonard Moran Square?
15th. It'll be on the
On December 15th at
5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. Okay, I knew I had one more thing. And then we will go to you, Trustee Fredericks.
Today we had, before the general public meeting, our annual meeting with the village's auditors. It was another, I think fair to say, A+ report, which is really a reflection on the village's own financial management team, led by Administrator Jim Palmer and Treasurer Lori Voss, who's here in the front row, as she often is, keeping an eye on us. The village ran a substantial operating surplus for the fiscal year ended May 2025. The operating surplus was $3,147,000. It's obviously a very substantial surplus. Some of it I'll try to break down in a moment. But on the revenue side, the budget was for $19,400,000 in revenue. The actual was $21,400,000. So a positive variance for the village of around $2 million. A large portion of that came from village licensing and permitting fees. Those are really variable from year to year based on property improvement projects, both individual homeowners and larger institutions. We can't bank on them happening every year, but it was a very positive year for that. I just say that for people who sometimes wonder, all the work that goes on in the building department is very, very active and has been for a number of years. And, part of that is reflected again in the amount of fees that are being taken in. And I would just mention, because I don't think we may have mentioned it before, but Ashaki Jake is a new employee in the office. I guess her remit goes beyond buildings, but as an engineer in the village hadn't had a full-time engineer for a while, but there's just so much going on in the village that I think she's really adding strength to a department which is very busy. But in any event, on the revenue side, in addition to licensing and permitting being a significant positive variance, also a substantial positive variance, about $266,000 on sales taxes, which is a good sign that the village is holding its own at the retail level, but it can never do too well, as I'm sure I will hear the mayor say in a moment. Shop local, it has a definite tax benefit for all of us in the village when you shop local. It was $2.2 million roughly non-property tax income to the village. It's real money. On the expenditure side, which we have a little bit more control over, the primary savings in expenditures were in public safety and home and community services, which is largely DPW, and employee benefits. Part of those savings is the fact that we've had turnover of more senior staff and employees. And as those people come off the payroll, they get replaced with younger folks who come in at a slightly lower scale. So again, this isn't a benefit that we expect to have every year for sure, but this year was just a particularly good one in managing both revenue and expenditures. And just aside again from just the operating work, the quality of the work that Lori and Jim put in terms of getting state and federal aid that has really helped the local taxpayer has just been first rate. So the village got an unqualified audit report from its auditors. That's the best audit report you can get. We also reviewed with the auditor the village's long-term debt situation, which I think we all agree is quite manageable. The village has, if I'm not mistaken, a higher credit rating than the United States of America. Is that correct, Ms. Ross? Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So buy Bronxville bonds ahead of U.S. Treasury bonds. And in general, a very, very good report. Obviously, every year is different. We had a couple of favorable wins at our back this year, but real credit to the budgeting team. They put together a budget which doesn't sugarcoat anything, and they underpromise and overdeliver from a budgetary perspective. The revenue, again, is sometimes harder to control by the expenditure side. I think I speak for all the members of the board that we think it was just an outstanding job again by our team, Village Administrator Palmer and Lori Voss, Treasurer, being the head of that team. So that's the report on that front.
Perfect. And we still have the highest bond rating that we can possibly have as well, which makes a big difference when we go out to market.
Yeah, that was the one disappointment because we can't get a higher bond rating. So,
Yeah, we asked for one because we're competitive, but we've got the best we can. All right, we're just going to do the village administrator's report, and then we're going to change things up a little since we have an audience tonight. And I'm guessing you're not that interested in sewer lining or surplus garbage equipment, just a guess. So if anybody has something to say, we will just flip the agenda. And Mr. Palmer, do you want to do your report? And then we'll go to public comment. And all we ask is if you tell us your name and if you would, your address, and if you can keep it to about 3 minutes, we appreciate it. But you're welcome to speak on any topic.
If I could just have 20 seconds first, my other agenda item was, as I will continue to plug, the village tree planting program is up and running, thanks largely to Thomas Morvello, our assistant village administrator, is sitting quietly in the back of the room. And I urge anyone who's ever been looking at their property or looking at their apartment building window and sort of say, wouldn't it be nice to have a beautiful shade tree, a nice maple tree, an oak tree, maybe a hemlock tree, maybe a sycamore? That program is now up and running. Go to the village website. There's a subsidy program that we have in place, and you can apply to have the village put in a tree adjacent to your property in the village right of way. And at present, we have money in the budget for generous subsidy for that. So look at the website. And Thomas Morvello has said, just call him. Just call him at Village Hall with any questions you may have. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
You're
And
quite
I
welcome.
put a shameless plug in for our newsletter since we do have an audience tonight. If you do not get our newsletter, I would highly recommend you sign up for it. It comes out monthly right before our meeting, usually the Friday before our village meeting, and it goes through the agenda of what we're going to talk about at this meeting, what we talked about at the last meeting, plus all there's a mayor's column that's different than what's in my hometown. There's lots of news and stuff going on in the village that we highlight. And also Chief Satrielli has a page where he dedicates comments and thoughts to the villagers. So we think it's an informative newsletter. It's easy to read. It comes out monthly to your email. If you don't want to read it, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, that'd be great. And you can sign up on the village website, or Thomas can get you signed up. He helps us, and he's doing it great. Mary Ann used to run it, and Thomas took it over, and it just keeps getting better. And thanks to you all for all the input on the newsletter. But and we also welcome comments on the newsletter if anybody wanted input on it. But we would recommend everyone sign up if you don't already.
Thank you. I just wanted to follow, just a couple of housekeeping items, and I just wanted to follow up on Trustee Frederick's report on the auditor's findings, and reemphasize, Trustee Frederick, you had mentioned that we brought an engineer on board, and that engineer is also becoming certified in the state building code. And, it is a season of being thankful and appreciative, and the mayor has recognized how gracious the community is in giving with all the fundraising efforts that we've been doing. And of course, the board and I are especially grateful for our team here at Village Hall and the PD and the DPW. We have a small village team of under 60 employees, and many of us, most of us, not all of us, wear multiple hats and roles. And I did want to highlight that the engineer is also certified in the state code, or getting certified in the state building code, which is important. So you have someone who can always do inspections, because the building inspector, again, is one person. And as the mayor highlighted, he was here last night, here till 2 in the morning, also on site at the fire at the Rivermere. And he was here out there all day today with the police chief, and to have that backup support, again, another dual role. So I just wanted to highlight that, and as the mayor highlighting the efforts of the police at the next meeting. But I just can't say enough about it. Our administrative team is just 13 employees, and then the DPW, which is right now running around 23 understaffed, working to get back up to the complement of 25. It's a terrific team. And the DPW, again, as part of the budget, we look to find savings. The DPW has just been finishing up doing the leaf collection. At the same time, they put up the holiday decorations. So it's quickly jumped out of the summer season into the fall and the leaf season here. We really have compressed and through the management of Victor Lima and the hard work of the team, they're doing the leaf collection in a more compressed time, thereby saving time and overtime. And it's just, again, a small team doing multiple tasks at the same time. So just real appreciative of everyone's efforts. Just want to highlight leaf blowers once again. We're really going to, we talked about this, we're really going to try to crack down on this more so next year. Again, small village team, but we will be revoking licenses for those rather than, well, in conjunction with issuing tickets, appearance tickets. But please reach out to your neighbors. Make sure your landscapers are licensed. That's required in the code. We'll be sending out permit applications to all those landscapers. But if they're using leaf blowers outside of the permitted periods, their licenses will be suspended. End of story. It is a quality of life issue. The board adopted legislation several years ago, shortly after COVID. There are periods that are permitted. They're flexible, but we're going into the non-permitted period, which is from December 15th through March 15th. So if you're not sure, call us, email me, and we'll explain the regulation, but we need you to hold your landscapers accountable as well. Snow and ice clearing, the DPW was already out. We had a snowfall that came very quickly Saturday morning, so they were here. Just reminding everyone, if you have a sidewalk, you are responsible for that area in front of your residence and commercial property to keep it safe and clear. Tax bills, as Trustee Burns mentions, it's in the newsletter. The second half of the village tax bill is due December 31st. It must either be received in the office or postmarked by that date to not incur additional penalties, which are set by state law outside of the village's control. Fire district elections are tomorrow. Anyone who's there is a commissioner position up. And there are 3 candidates that are running. The polls will be open from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And everyone in the village votes here at Village Hall. It's very important. The fire department budget is larger than the village budget. It appears as a line item on your county tax bills, which go out in April. But you should
They're collected by Eastchester. They're
But-
the Eastchester taxes.
Right, well, actually collected by the town of Eastchester, right, on
Right.
behalf of the district. But wonderful fire department. As the mayor said, we can't say enough about their response last night. God bless all the men and women. But it's very important that you become familiar with the fire department, and they do have a website. And I
Mention outdoor dining.
Oh, right, and the outdoor dining season just came to an end. Happy to say that all the establishments understood that the board had extended that period to have all the tables removed by December 1st, Monday, December 1st, and they did, so we appreciate that just in time, because now the DPW needs to get ready for plowing.
And it opens back up again in the middle of April.
Yes, and that's all I have, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Well, now we will open it up to anyone who would like to come to the microphone and speak on any topic. So, hi, Michael.
Well, good evening. My name is Michael Secondo, and I've been a Bronxville resident for over 35 years, and I'm at 17 Field Court. Mayor, before I asked the question, I just appreciated that you're the moment of silence for a resident who passed, but just how everyone came to their aid in support of all the folks who were impacted here. So it was great, and just being here in person to see all the flip side, all the great news of the village that's happening. I mean, just hearing it was wonderful. So my question does relate to this proposed lights project. I've read the Board of Education, their recent letter that they put out about the proposed lights project, which I understand is described as exploratory. What's important to many residents is that stadium lights can extend beyond school property with potential impacts outside the campus, including, let's say, nighttime glow, where there's noise, there's traffic, parking, and perhaps drainage, as well as just sleep and overall well-being. So in the spirit of partnership, I just sort of respectfully ask you all in the village, trustees, given the outside impacts this could have, and with the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, it's called SECRA, would the village consider serving as lead agency? So these issues are sort of addressed or reviewed early, and it's very transparent at the get-go, or does the village believe the role really belongs elsewhere? And that's the question.
Okay. Council, we've been working with council trying to understand our correct role, because it's very interesting how we have two spots in the village, and council, please correct me if I'm wrong. We have the school property and we have the post office, and both of those are not subject, for example, anything that happens at the school, like all the additions over there never had to come to planning board or zoning board, because they answer to the New York State Board of Education laws. And so we're following this extremely closely. Understand that the school is in an exploratory stage, so
Yeah.
we don't have anything at this juncture to look at, except your point is very well taken, that there's impacts beyond the
Yes.
footprint of the school. And council, is there anything, first of all, did I say things correctly? Because it is important we just want to do what's proper, legal, ethical, and not put anybody in jeopardy, but at the same time, take care of our village.
Yes, Mayor, everything you said is correct. And the secret process that you're talking is really in the context of some land use application.
Yeah.
And as the mayor said, I don't believe that it's at that stage yet.
Okay, good to know that it's just sort of exploratory, but it may come a point where maybe the role of the village might be involved. I'm just thinking there's inside, outside kind of impacts that may happen here, and it'd be
Right.
good to know if the village would, I'm thinking about co-agency alongside with the school or yourself, but it'll be interesting to follow it. But thanks for acknowledging the question, and we really appreciate all the leadership you give us and take the care and time that you give to these matters. So thank you very much.
And I will tell you, I get a fair number of calls on the issue, and I document everything and send all the information over to the school, just so they understand that there's an audience that often reaches out to this side, because they often don't have children in the school or don't have connections. So I'm very much cognizant of listening to people and then transmitting. And there really is the issue that we're going to have to talk to about when something impacts beyond sort of the sanctuary perimeter. So thank you.
Thank you.
And you've said that the superintendent is very receptive whenever you give her this
Absolutely.
information.
I mean, I just
That's great.
chronicle everything, and it gave her lists of all the concerns that come our way. So, and she's very receptive, and we've kind of honestly stepped back to let the school have a process.
Yeah.
And is that?
Which is fair, yeah.
Yeah, we're just kind of watching and trying to follow the process. So, thank you, Michael.
You got the biggest microphone in the place.
Yeah.
Sitting right on there. I apologize. The other one was making a lot of noise, so just wanted to swap it out.
Have a large voice, maybe I can just talk loudly.
Well, it's also going for the
This should work
TV.
now.
Okay, how's that? You all
That's
hear me? Okay, so my name is Gretchen Goodpingle, and I've lived at 166 Midland Avenue in Bronxville since August of 2003. And I'm here mainly for the record, which you might be repeating kind of what you just said to Mike, but I just wanted to, I'm sort of on the extremity of the village. In fact, last night at 10 o'clock, I emailed a friend and said, there are ambulances racing by my house heading towards the village. Something's
Yeah.
going on. I mean, like, we're all affected by things that happen in this village. And so I'm just reiterating, like many people all over the village, I'm concerned about this project. And particularly since it's kind of this renewed idea that comes up cyclically. And many of us kind of thought that it had been deemed unneighborly a decade ago. So I'm just throwing out something, asking, and again, it's for the record. I
Right.
heard that Tuckahoe in 2021 had banned stadium lights. And I'm just curious if there's a loophole or a way that the trustees could consider, how could we potentially implement something like that? I mean, I realize I'm very biased in what I'm saying, but I'm just throwing that out there for the record, and I don't expect an answer. Just putting it out there. Okay?
Our understanding with that, without stepping on toes, is it's not enforceable.
Oh, really? Okay.
Correct, counsel?
I mean, I wouldn't want to comment on any specific law that I haven't reviewed carefully, but I
Okay.
will say that it's a general rule in New York State that zoning laws are not applicable on school property. That's generally the rule.
Mhm.
If the improvement has been shown to have an educational purpose.
Right. That's true.
And
I
sports is
see.
considered an educational purpose.
So it'd be interesting if like children's sleep patterns, children in the school, or if their education is affected because of blinding lights coming in the windows or something. I don't know how deep they get into all that, but.
But we actually are aware of that particular resolution, and
Are you? Okay.
we're working on it with council
Oh,
to
great.
see
Okay.
just what kind of legal muster something like that holds, put it that way.
Yeah.
And we're still learning on that one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But we
Thank
have the
you.
minutes, we even have the conversation, their background conversation that we're looking at.
I figured you probably were aware, but I just felt as,
No,
as
that's,
a
it's
resident, I
very,
would just,
exactly.
again, put it out there.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Any other comments on any topic whatsoever?
We always like hearing comments.
Yeah, yes, we like to have an audience. There are nights. Thank you. We did add a lot more lights this year because there's so much, first of all, they're energy saving, and we thought this was a year we could cheer up the whole village. Yeah, we thought we could use it, so, yes,
The trees are beautiful, and over by the train station.
yes.
That's a new tree, right?
That's a
That
new
big
one.
white tree is gorgeous.
Thank you for noticing, Ronnie.
I noticed it right away. I've been here since 1978, so noticed a lot of things over the years. So I'm not currently a village resident, I'm a Tuckahoe resident, but I've been a village resident for many, many years. This is a slightly different subject, but I know that the field, and that's a very important issue. I just want to say that I want to compliment you, and Mary, I sent you a message a while ago to say that if you wanted me to write to the trustees, so now I'll say it. The work that you all did, the whole village, and I know it takes a village to make a nice village, all the work that you did on the traffic configurations in all the different parts of the village to solve the post-COVID problems that occurred, because everything kind of went to hell in a handbasket during COVID. Nobody paid any attention to any of the traffic laws anymore, any of the parking regulations, or any of it. We all know all the things. So I just want to say to you that as I was driving around this summer and spring and noticing all these projects happening, I knew that it was the result of a really concerted and long effort to figure it out. Because each little area, let's say, for example, on the other side of the train station, those issues over there are very different from the issues that are at the front of the train station here, so I knew that there had to be a lot of thinking and research and planning that went into that before final decisions were made and the work was done. And it took a while. And to be done well, it had to take a while. So I compliment the village on all of that, because it's a different experience now. People are still making those U-turns.
Yeah.
But they're not, it's nothing like it was. And people are still trying to park illegally to run in and get food, but they're prevented from doing it now. So it's a great improvement, and things like that don't just happen by accident. So thank you all on behalf of the drivers and the pedestrians of the village.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And Ronnie has been a longtime resident. She and I, our daughters were classmates, and so she has a big picture, but yeah. I mean, that's why on anything the village does, the school does, I think you're right, deliberation and a long thought process is needed to keep our village what it is. So thank
Really
you.
partnering, partnership is so important too, because it takes, the collaboration of the merchants and the traffic planners and Jim and his staff, and then the beautification committees that do all the plantings in that area. So it's really,
And then the drivers, because you notice we put out temporary things, and then drivers would tell us, nope, you made the turn too tight, so you got to listen to everybody, I guess is the answer. So thank you.
And I just say that I think 95% of the time when I'm trying to reach Jim Palmer on something, I try to leave him alone as much as I can. But it's usually because Jim is out in the field actually checking to make sure that things are done right, rather than just sort of dialing it and saying, we got a contract, it'll be taken care of. And so in addition to masterminding a $3 million surplus in the budget, this past year, Jim is sort of our inspector in chief on the ground. And, Jim, as always, makes us all look good.
Anyone else would like to speak on any topic? Gretchen, did you want to have an encore? Sure. Yeah, that's just fine.
What do you guys do with the surplus? Does it go like, is it saved for a potential project in the future? Is it a rainy day? Is it crisis money? What do you do with that?
A little bit of everything. That's exactly I think you hit it, because you never know what's going to, a roof, so we do that exactly what you're saying, a little bit here, a little bit there. And then, then we try to help keep the tax rate down for the next year. Yeah. Anyone else like to speak on any topic? I do see some field court residents, so I assume you're here with Michael, agreeing with Michael's thoughts. Okay, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And honestly, I will say we're very in tune to that issue, and we're really, really doing our homework.
would you like to have the names of, even if you don't want to speak, would you like to have the names recorded so the mayor
Do you
can pass
want
them
me
on?
to I can let them know that we had people in favor, who came to our
Yeah,
meeting.
it's a good idea, just to have the names down, that these people
Yeah.
came to our meeting to express.
Yes. Yes, that would be terrific.
And would it be too much just, show of hands of people who are concerned in terms of not being fans of like, how many people, just raise their hands, are here because they're concerned about the light project?
Oh, see.
Yeah, so it'd be good to know.
Yeah, it'd be
all
good
of
to,
that.
if you would that would be terrific. And I will share, I wrote down your comments, so I will share what you both said. And
But some of you might be here for other fun discussion topics of
Yeah, how do you feel about sewer lining? Yeah.
Police scanners.
Yeah.
Come back for the sewer lines next
Yeah.
month.
Oh, thank you for taking the time to come tonight, and that's such a good idea that we have some names. Because I know everybody is busy, but this is really important.
No business?
Yeah, yeah. And you are so welcome after you sign to, we'll take a minute break and you can go home if you would like to. Yeah.
Should we approve the minutes?
Helen, that's a great idea. Yeah, just because folks don't want to, yeah, yeah.
You want to put the
Yeah.
heat on?
No.
Is it cold in here? Okay, I'm cold. I've been cold all. Is it cold? Yeah, okay. Because my hands are cold. Okay,
Yeah, I am.
yeah. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Lenny Formato.
Oh, is that Lenny? Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
from
I know, I
Hemlock.
had to
He's across from
he
John
was
Kennedy.
probably up
I saw that, yep. Know all the Formatos quite well.
You trying to sell trees?
Okay, so we're going to resume the meeting.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we're going to resume.
Use your gavel if you need to.
Gavel.
Two-thirds of it before.
Okay. 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 Thanks, Charlie. Righty, I'm
okay,
going
maybe
to
the
go
gate-
back and I am going to ask for an approval of our,
Still in our meeting.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the executive session, the work session, and the regular meeting of November 10th. And thank Mary Ann for the incredible amount of minutes that you put together for us. Do I, in a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, now we have a resolution for the dedication, designation of our polling hours for Election Day, which will stay in March, and this year will be March 18th. From 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the polling places are Village Hall for District 16 and 17, the Eastchester, well, it's the Bronxville Firehouse. It says Eastchester Fire District.
Right, it's at the firehouse.
It's at the Bronxville Fire
The
House.
Bronxville Firehouse for Districts 18, 19, and 21, and Christ Church for Districts 20 and 22. And so these are not a change in any way. So people are just going to their usual polling places, and that's Wednesday, March 18th. Do I have a motion to approve the polling places? And a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Could you just say like a word about when you expect to get the certification?
We're waiting. I believe we got the official certification of the election, but I wanted to see even a bigger seal on it. So I wrote to both commissioners and I'm expecting to hear back, but they did send us a letter. That was an official certification. I just was double, triple checking, but we couldn't do this motion without certification. That's a good point, Tib. Thank you. Okay, and now, Mr. Palmer, you worked so hard on all of these sewer projects that you deserve to speak to this one. And maybe share where we might be doing some of the repairing, lining, replacing of the sewer lines.
Sure. So we've completed what we call now three phases of sanitary sewer lining, which we received some partial reimbursement from the Department of Environmental Facilities. This resolution is allocating an additional $1 million for additional sanitary sewer lining, which will also apply for matching funds for a portion of that. But the previous monies that the board had allocated is now complete with a series of sanitary sewer lines, repairs and replacements, principally areas in the Midland Valley Drainage Basin, which were especially vulnerable to sanitary sewer surcharges by water
So
infiltrating.
what, for the novice, what streets might that
Next
be?
phases are going to be
Yeah.
the secondary areas, including areas where we've just made additional stormwater improvements. So Hamilton and Sussex neighborhoods, Holmesdale neighborhoods, areas on Locust, pushing outside the village, also heading up Sagamore. So additional sanitary sewer lining when we line the clay pipe. So, and also on the, even more important is on the east side of the village. So those areas down north, Elm, Forest, those areas in the Crawford Drainage Basin.
Perfect.
What's the timing of that, that work, do you think?
What does it entail exactly?
So it's going to be, it's a multi-year process. The other phases took, I've actually been working on this for 10 years now. So this
Yeah.
is allocating additional monies. We'll go out to bid, prepare specifications, measure all the streets where we want to do sanitary sewer line, make sure those areas are candidates for sanitary sewer lining. We did do some of that already. For example, on Homestead, we did televise that line before we paved to make sure it was in good condition. But yes, now we would want to line it. So multi-year process. I would say this $1 million should easily pull us out 2 years. We'll go out to bid and then prioritize the areas.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that very much, and like long-term.
Yeah, proactive, so we're not
Right,
fixing.
and this goes back to, right, and this goes back to what we said. We've also asked homeowners to be proactive and televise their lateral sanitary sewer lines from their house to make sure those older clay pipes are in good condition. Because again, for the public certification, many of our pipes, sanitary sewer lines are clay cracks over time. For a variety of different reasons. And when you get rain events, the water can infiltrate those sanitary sewer lines and it takes up,
Gets into the water table.
gets into the water table, and more importantly, or equally as important, someone who's who has a finished basement that's below the public sanitary sewer line potentially can have a backup because water is in this, what should be just for sanitary sewer line, sorry.
All right,
So just continuing what we've been doing.
all right. I will move that with a big thank you to you, and I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And now we need new DPW equipment.
Right, and this is equipment, so again, for the public certification, the board adopts a budget. We also include in the budget a capital plan, but the capital plan is just that, it's a plan. And given that we put so many items in the capital plan, we come to you over the course of the year to consider some of those individual items. And what you have before you are several pieces of DPW equipment that are absolutely needed. Principally, one of them being a backhoe and what we call a cloth. And this is, again, part of our effort to utilize the existing DPW team that we have to pick up leaves a little bit more efficiently. So most communities are starting to phase out the use of leaf boxes to pick up leaves. It's just not, it's very labor intensive. The machines break down. So a backhoe has multiple purposes, including the ability to scoop up the leaves and then put them into the dump truck rather than trying to use a vacuum truck. So that's one of the pieces of equipment. And then the other two are just, again, with our aging fleet, we periodically replace those. So the total purchase are $445,000, and we're requesting the use of future debt for those, for the two rack bodies and the.
And the tink claw is something that goes in front of the vehicle and sort of scoops up the leaves and then put it into the.
That has multiple purposes, right? It can be used to pick up the limbs, and we've had some of the trees that
Right.
fall, et cetera, but it's, yes, it's a powerful claw to scoop up, and Tink is a particular brand, but yes.
It's really the claw.
All right, would someone like to move that?
I'd move that.
Second, all those in favor? Aye, opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, and then the next item is continuing our upgrade on computers, and this is for $42,000 worth of servers for the DPW. And in this case, we ask, what do we do with our unassigned fund balance? This is an example of computers have a short useful life, so we're using $42,000 of unassigned fund balance to get new servers for the PD.
Perfect. I will, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
did we just do something with regard to the software contract? Since we said this is,
Upgraded to, yes, to maintain the latest software licenses to fend off all the potential cybersecurity issues that.
so this is sort of a hardware portion of a general computer upgrade. That's ongoing. Gotcha.
All right, would someone like to move
I
that?
will move it.
All righty, I will second it, and all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And then we just have our final, it's our resolution to set our meetings for 2026. And the only thing that's different, they're on the second Monday of every month except October due to Columbus Day or that holiday weekend. That will be Tuesday, October 13th.
And as usual, no meeting in August.
Oh, thank you. We do not meet in August. So, and these will be posted
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes.
but we need a resolution just to accept our new dates.
Yeah, I just,
I'll second.
the only question I had is potentially whether we wanted to have the December meeting, December 7th or December 14th, kind of late, but I think probably just for the ease of always the second Monday night, it makes sense. That's the only thing that stuck out in the schedule is sort of,
It's the latest
Is it
it can,
anomalous?
okay.
I'm
We
happy
can
with
always change it.
We can always-
We can,
yes,
if,
we can
if we
always change
get to a point where that conflicts with the lot bill, we can amend it. We'll accept it. We'll accept it now. All right, do I have a motion to, oh, Helen moved it. Yes, so I, second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Trustees, did we forget anything? And I see Mr. Formato's here. Would you like to speak to anything? No? Thank you for staying. Well, we appreciate that. Yeah,
We appreciate that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes, quite.
You care deeply.
Well. Oh. Yeah, happens to have a grandson who scored 4 touchdowns in the championship game. So, and he's a wonderful young person, which that's, yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I enjoyed it. I love the kids at our school. Yep.
Well, and as the mayor said, your son and a number of his teammates were at the event
What-
last night for the tree lighting.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of meeting your grandson, and it was great. Thank you for being here.
yeah.
The village, yeah.
The girls, and we're going to, if anything is, we have the wonderful girls cross-country track team. So we have 2 champions in the village, and it's exciting. Yeah. Absolutely.
Dear to your heart, Lenny, dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and just, it's nice to end on a happy note, and just a thought to remember all our neighbors though in Rivermere. And I will keep you posted on any way we can help. As I said, the village has already, so many people reached out today. So
Yes,
just-
and you probably, I'm sorry, Mayor,
Yeah.
you probably mentioned this, but yes, and the building inspector is going to be out tomorrow with the police chief on site again to ensure that cleaning company is able to get into the rear building to work towards hopefully being able to give the residents an opportunity to get in by Friday for perhaps 10 minutes to be able to grab some personal belongings. So, but to do that for the rear building, they have to make it safe. So we appreciate everyone's patience, and the building department are working on it.
First, everybody.
yeah, so thank you to everybody who helped the village out last night. And on that note, we will see you in 2026 on Monday, January 12th. So do I have a motion to close our last meeting of the year?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. See you next year.